So you're Braden Marino, and you're the founder of Sway Watches, one of the coolest watches I've ever seen. Because and that's pink, right? But you have an orange that matches my suit too.
I do indeed.
So what got you onto Kickstarter with this thing?
Well, this project itself has been going on for about 2 years now, as far as designing the watch, and Kickstarter, itself is an amazing platform for a startup business as far as raising money goes, because you get to raise it in the form of pre-orders, and Kickstarter people, the community on there is extremely active. They're always searching for the next product, and they are completely honest with you about your, product, whatever it may be. So if you think it's a great product, they'll tell you if it's a great product. If they don't like it, they'll tell you they don't like it.
I see. So they're better than having friends who have to lie to you.
Yeah, exactly. So you get some real world advice, whether that be, a bad good thing, which is cool. So yeah, they're extremely
So
great.
you're asking for like $12,000 and that will get your first production,
that'll get our first
watches?
production going and kind of get things rolling, and everything we want to get made like a little bit more mass produced rather than just like a set amount of samples that we have right now.
So you I mean, what we were talking earlier, you said you're sort of just a couple years out of school, like college, and don't know anything about designing, don't know anything about doing any of this kind of stuff, and said, hey, I want to make a watch.
I've always collected watches, and I started this back actually right when I was in school. I was in an internship for an internet marketing company, and I was talking about this idea because I saw someone that had an interchangeable watch from another country, and I was like, that's cool. I wonder if I can tweak this, because I've loved watches, tweak it and make it a little bit more modern and a little bit more for people here and whatnot. And I got into it through that, and I plunged into it knowing nothing, and made a lot of mistakes. But it's been an amazing road so far. And
tell us about that $8,000 mistake you made.
So one of the first steps that I took was, I was drawing these on paper, and
and you're not an artist or anything. You're just...
Not an artist at all. I sat down and I drew what I thought was going to be, it's going to look awesome. And I drew it, and it was just like, wah. Once I just like that. I still have them to this day. And then I went and drew them online or on the computer in Paint, that standard.
I see, right.
And then so I talked to someone. I'm like, hey, what's the next steps? What do you think? And it was a guy that was working at the company that I was working at. And he's like, hey, you need to go through a prototyping company. So I was like, okay. So I searched the internet, prototyping companies, called a few, and ended up going with this one company. They sounded like they could help me, and ended up spending way too much money.
That's the $8,000 company?
In the form of $8,000. And
what did they give you? You showed me you still have it around, right? That's the watch for $8,000. Doesn't work, doesn't do anything, right?
A piece of plastic. You can see it. That was my $8,000 mistake.
Why? Show me the one that cost $1,500. That way you found somebody. That's the prototype for $1,500 that actually works.
That's pretty much And this actually is the piece. This had the interchangeable pieces. And
I see. Right.
This was the actual watch that functioned and did exactly what I wanted it to do. And
So that was $1,500 versus $8,000.
Exactly. Yeah. So Be very careful and talk to people, and like we were talking, use the resources online like Elance and stuff like that, where you can find people to help you out with certain aspects of the business, whether it be designing the product, making a 3D model of it, all that stuff. You can do that all online through freelancers for extremely small amount of money.
Now, so how much did it? Well, you have $1,500. Then you got a model working and everything, and so then the next is just really doing the Kickstarter thing, and theoretically you're on your way.
I'm getting moving. We're trying to get this thing going, and it's really cool. And hopefully we're halfway there almost with the Kickstarter, so hopefully we can raise the rest of the money. As you know, Kickstarter doesn't fund you unless you reach your goal.
Right.
So, but the goals you set are pretty much when you're doing things like overseas or whatever it may be, there's always like minimum orders. So reason people set goals is to meet those minimum order quantities, so then you can proceed forward. And so
well, that's terrific. I mean, that's why the options, it seems like, a couple of years ago before Kickstarter, you would have to invest $50,000 to $100,000 in a garage full of these things to go out and try to get them in stores or something.
It's Kickstarter. Okay, everyone tells the classic line, an overnight success. Kickstarter really gives you the opportunity to be an overnight success. I mean, there's businesses on there that have raised, $1-2 million in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But see, to me, what's better is that you could go out and raise money for your business, but you raise customer money.
Yes,
so
exactly.
you really know you have a business.
Yeah,
Somebody
exactly.
bought your stuff, not was sold on some idea. They bought the product.
Yeah, and they didn't buy it because everyone else was buying it either.
Right.
That's what's powerful, is they bought it as like the first adopters of it, which is
right.
If you can get people to buy it before it's even out on the marketplace, that's a huge thing.
But I mean, it's such a reward for you because you see that your idea, your creativity, your everything you're trying to give is wanted by the people who want to use it. Not some fat cat with a cigar is going to make money off you.
You put your everything into it, and you hope people like it. And if the response is good, great. If not, then you kind of tweak some things and you move forward and try something new. But
it's a great place to fail.
Yeah, it's a great place to fail and a great place to succeed, because you succeed in the form of pre-orders of your product.
Exactly.
They don't want to make it seem like a pre-order process, but that's really what it is.
No, absolutely. I think it is, and that's the key to any business. Is anybody going to buy your stuff?
Yeah.
So you get right to that point. You don't have to go through all this other bullshit. You find out anybody going to buy this stuff, and if that works, you're in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Someone came in real quick. I'm like.
I thought that was a deep thought. You're not that kind of thoughtful guy, are you? No, you're just worrying about a bug on the wall.
My roommate's heading out right now to work, so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Braden. You're just a wonderful person, and I see you're geared up for this success and going to make this happen. And your passion behind it is the key. Oh, there he is. He's going already. The roommate. Hey. This is what business is all about, just making shit happen.
You start in a garage and then you go from there. So. It's been a great road, and like I said, Kickstarter is an amazing resource, and we'll see what happens as the remainder of this campaign goes on. But it's amazing to see people actually like your product and comment about it. These watches.
It's great to feel that love, isn't it?
Yeah. From people you've never known. They could be all the way in Italy or something, and they're like, "Oh, these watches are cool." Like I'm.
Bueno.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, really cool to see that, and it's really satisfying when you go through a 2-year process to create a product.
Right. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, and I'll see you at Macy's or wherever you're going to sell these eventually. Anyway.
Hopefully. We're on the action sports side. We're trying to go into like Tilly's and Pakistan.
I see.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about it.
Oh, my pleasure.